Hi everyone, please ask you to like and subscribe to get more content. Alright, so for today, we're going to be working on factoring polynomials. There we go. Okay, so with factoring polynomials, there are several different methods. There are some common ones though, so I'm going to go over those. I'm going to stick just on. Okay, so let's make a couple rows. So we have method and what the method looks like. So, example. Okay, so the first method is GCF, or greatest common factor. So what that looks like is, let's make it look all nice, is say I have, uh, let's see, 4x squared plus 2x plus 2. Each term here can be divided by 2. So I can factor out the 2. That goes out front of the parentheses. 4 divided by 2 is 2, so 2x squared plus x plus 1. I make it look a little smaller so it stays in one line. There we go. So that's factoring through greatest common factor. You look to see what is shared in each term, whether it's a number or a letter, and then you divide each term by that. And what you divide by comes out front. All right, the next main type is going to be FOIL, which is separating two sets of parentheses. So normally you have, I'm going to use letters for this one. So say I have ax squared plus bx plus c. And I want to factor this. So equals parentheses. Well, you'd have the factors of a, so that's going to be, I'll just put a ax plus, I'm going to put another letter of d, which is the factors of c, and then another one, ex plus f. Okay. I know I'm using letters for this one. I'm going to do numbers as well after I'm done with the table. That one will make more sense afterwards. FOIL is kind of the reverse of the distribution property, if that helps. But I will do an example for that one specifically in a minute. Okay, there is another one for quadratics, which is difference of perfect squares. Okay. So that's when the number in front of the x minus the other number, where the a and the b in this case are perfect squares. So this equals parentheses. So we have the square root of a going up front. This is going to be plus n minus the square root of b. Okay. It's a little smaller. There we go. Okay, so those are the three main ones for quadratics at least. There are other ones that go into cubic functions and higher, but for now we're just going to focus on quadratics. I'm also going to add in the quadratic formula because that is another way of factoring. Okay, so quadratic formula. This is the kind of last resort in most cases. This is when the other three methods do not work. You do this. This solves for x. So fraction. So that's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go through with FOIL and do an example of one. So this is how we're going to use this chart. Let's write an equation real quick. Let's go with x squared plus 6 plus, plus 6x plus 1. Or 5. Do 5. Put 5 there. And a 6. Alright, perfect. Now, I'm going to go through each method to see if it's usable. Okay, so the first one is greatest common factor. 2x squared, 5x, and 6. Okay, x is not shared in all three, so that's not a common factor. And 1, 5, and 6 do not share any multiples besides 1. So those can't be divided either. So next step is try to FOIL. So how FOIL works, I'm going to find factors of 6 that will add to 5 when they're both positive in this case. This sign shows me they're both positive. Oh, sorry, they're both the same. This one says they're both positive. Alright, so let's go factors of 6. So it's x plus and x plus. Factor of 6 is 1 and 6, which adds to a 7. And 2 and 3, which do add to 5. So that is factored through FOIL. So let's grab another one and see if it works. So insert equation. Let's see. So let's go 2x squared plus 6x plus 2. Alright. So let's see if this works. First to check is greatest common factor again. Always want to start at the top of that list. So we got 2, 6, and 2. Alright, those are all divisible by 2. Okay, so let's divide these out and then see if what's left over is factorable. So that's a 3. And that's 1. Okay. So now I want to see if this inside piece is factorable. The next method to use is FOIL. Let's see, are there any factors of 1 that when they're the same and both positive can add to 3? Well, that's no, because factors of 1 is just 1 and 1, which would add to 2. So this one's completely factored now through greatest common factor. See, each one of these will look different, but are doable based on this chart I have here. This is the thing we always want to work with, these methods. So greatest common factor is where we start for everything. If that doesn't work, we move to the next one, FOIL. If it looks special, for example, we notice that the two numbers involved are perfect squares. We can do difference of perfect squares. And if none of these three look like they're going to work, or you've tried them and they don't work, then you go straight to here, the quadratic formula. Well, I hope this was helpful. Again, please like and subscribe if you want more content. If you want me to go over something specific, please let me know in a comment below, and I'd be happy to do that for you. All right, well, I hope to see you soon.